Boa Mistura is an interdisciplinary team formed by professionals dedicated to the fine arts, graphic design, architecture, or engineering, among others. All of us have given up our respective professions and still salaries for our duty as an artist, to connect with people, to thrill, to surprise, and to inspire. We use urban art to connect with people for several reasons. First, there are no intermediaries in the artist-public relationship, but they make a direct art and for all. Second, the scale on which the use permits are found, which is equivalent to the enormous possibilities. The objective is always to act with a constructive goal, to recover spaces of the urban fabric and to make them more friendly for the citizens to which they belong. We consider that we have a commitment for the time in which we live, so we always reflect positive words and messages on the walls that incite us to reflect on the citizens.
Hi, my name is Eva. I was a volunteer during this project. This facade was cyan blue and then changed color into like a chameleon. Some volunteers, in collaboration with Boa Mistura, they designed this mural that says La pasión es el lenguaje del alma, or in English, the passion is the language of the soul. We use around 350 liters of 6-color paint to cover the whole facade, and we were inspired by passion, by senses, along with some plant motifs and also stars, night and smoke. This was a kind of advertisement of Boa Mistura in collaboration with Renault Clio, and this was the result.
The fact of linking its work with the place where it belongs creates a conceptual link in addition to physical with the site. We strive to leave a little positive for the next generations of values, instilling as teamwork, discipline, and a deep sense of belonging to a community. For this, we use the participatory design as it changes the environment of people and how they relate to it. Crossroads is an art project that aims to improve public spaces and inspire the community inhabitants. Art is a vehicle for raising awareness that have both psychological and sociological positive connotations, as they give the perception of the neighborhood as an habitable place. The involvement of residents to change their own neighborhood awakes their pride for it. This is intended to encourage a sense of community and to raise the thought that if the appearance of the neighborhood can change, everything can change. It is important for us to live in the community. It is fundamental for the comprehension of the local reality in order to find the inspiration. We have developed a work methodology for a period from 3 to 4 weeks. During the first week, we focus on the perception, relationships, and understanding of the community. With that experience and an analysis of the place, we detect interesting spots to work on. This first experience allows us to develop a proposal that is always created in the community, in response to what we have perceived there. During the next weeks, we talk with the neighbors, usually receiving feedback, until we get a solution in which everybody is happy. Then we get to work with anyone who is interested in helping until the job is done. Let's take Brazil as an example to explain it. When we arrived, we realized the great potential of favela architecture, chaotic, without order. People live very close and there is possibility of creating very intense relationships between them. However, the characteristic alleys of the fabric of the favelas were grey and dirty. The solution we bring was to paint words that this community transmits to us after living in it, using the technique of anamorphosis, meaning that everything makes sense from a specific point. San Cristóbal de los Ángeles is a neighborhood in the district of Villaverde, in the outskirts of Madrid. Due to its borders, it is an isolated urban frame. Railways to the north and east direction, an A4 highway to the west, and an old land army automobile park to the south. In San Cris, gypsies and non-gypsies, Muslims, Latin Americans, and Africans live all together, turning the community into a ghetto. The only entrance and contact with the rest of the city, it is located underneath a bridge of the A4 highway. A large concrete infrastructure became the perfect place for the project of Autobarrios by Basurama, in which we were invited to collaborate during the first stage. Bright and colorful geometries that decompose the heavy concrete structures and represent the diversity of the community. 1 week of work, hand by hand with the neighbors, that will be unforgettable. Working hand in hand with the inhabitants, we get, first, modify the public space. Second, do something that is conceptually and physically linked to the place. Third, get the neighbors to feel proud of their street. Fourth, improve the links between people and the place where they live.